against the Mariners on Saturday.
There's the home plate umpire, Larry Vanover. The rest of the gang, Sam Holbrook at first, Dan Iasoni at second, and the crew chief Charlie Relaford is down at third. Kinsler in the box, so we're set to go. Cahill's first pitch, and no surprise, Ian Kinsler swings and fouls it back. Kinsler 328 with 9 homers and 25 RBIs. Couple of hits in last night's game. Something to watch for today, Ray. The Texas Rangers swing early. They do not walk a lot. They've walked the second fewest times in the American League. And with Trevor Cahill, at least early on in his career, at times loses the strike zone a little bit. So we'll see who comes out on top in that battle.
Well, if that pitch is working, which resulted in a ground ball to shortstop, that is a plus for Trevor Cahill. An aggressive club can hurt you if you're not throwing good pitches. But Trevor Cahill, as we know, has an outstanding sinking fastball. That number you don't like to see, the number of walks, but that's what he's been working on the side. It really helped him in his last start. He did walk 3 against the Mariners. But sometimes he tries to overthrow and just let the natural sink take effect and get a lot of ground ball outs.
First pitch to Elvis Andrus in their first strike. You get the feeling that Trevor Cahill and Elvis Andrus will square off a lot over the next 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows how long. Andrus just 20 years old. Cahill just turned 21 in March. A home run last night for Andrus. That was in the very first inning. Cabrera handles it in-between hop. And it's 2 outs.
And Dan, guys, last night tried to go inside to the young shortstop in the first inning, and a lot of times you think, well, it's a pretty good pitch, but the ball travels that far. It did not get in as far, especially with 2 strikes. I'd like to get it off the plate, maybe jam him, or maybe even take it for a ball and go outside with a slider. But he was able to turn on it today, though. A ground ball out to Cabrera.
Here's Michael Young. Good start for Michael Young. 333 with 7 home runs. He had a base hit last night, and that extended his hitting streak to 10 games. When the A's were in Texas at the beginning of last week, Michael Young 280, 285, but then he went on that 10-game hitting streak, so that is where the average has gone, up over 330. And he's got another hit. Left center field. Sweeney's going to have to get over to cut it off quickly. He does, but Michael Young will have a 2-out stand-up double. He can hit.
Yeah, he took a ball off the ground. Low pitch, good pitch, but instead of hitting on top of the ball, he got under it. That is a very good pitch. You'd take it any time, but if a hitter is able to get under the ball right there and drive it instead of hitting on top of it, which a lot of hitters will do. And Michael Young, a 300 lifetime career batting average, and he will have it for a long time and probably as long as he plays.
So that's an 11-game hitting streak now for Michael Young. He's got such a calm approach at the plate. Michael Young does. Hank Blaylock, the cleanup hitter. That's a pretty good changeup from Trevor Cahill, and Blaylock swings weakly.
The first changeup he's thrown today, and a good guy to throw it to. Way out in front. Just watch the swing of Hank Blaylock. It says it all, the type of pitch that he tried to hit. Strong, strong hitter, though. Swings hard.
Got him. Went back to the changeup, and another good one. So Hank Blaylock strikes out. Side retired in the top of the first. Bottom of the first coming up. Orlando Cabrera is going to. He's coming to bat. Here's their lineup, brought to you by McDonald's. Cabrera, Suzuki, Giambi. So a little change at the top in the first two spots. Holiday, Cust, and Ryan Sweeney hit sixth. Then Crosby, Buck, and Hanahan, the bottom three. So a few changes as Orlando Cabrera slides into the leadoff spot. Ryan Sweeney drops down to 6. So you can't blame the manager, Bob Guerin, for trying something new as the A's continue to struggle offensively. I think you go with it as long as you can, but then at some point you say, all right, you know what, we're not doing anything drastic, but maybe if we can get something going near the top. Ryan Sweeney was off to a good start, but he has slowed down some as of late.
Well, I've known managers, and it's really tough. They just put all the names in a hat and draw it out, and that's your starting lineup for today. Whoever comes out, it could be Jason Giambi leading off at first base. There have been some strange lineups, but that's when you're in desperate need of getting a win. You try anything, and a lot of times it's worked. Jason's got speed. Jack Cust could lead off with his speed.
Sure. I always tell the story, and you may have been on that team when my brother Dwayne played with the Indians. Frank Robinson did it. The team was struggling. Yep. Pull it out of the hat. Yep. The problem was Boog Powell was hitting cleanup, Boog Powell was hitting first, and right. Dwayne was hitting cleanup. So you should have a provision in there where you can change 2 spots, but Frank stuck with it. I don't know how it turned out. Cabrera strikes out. So that's how the bottom of the first starts.
Batting in the second position.
Well, off speed, it's a slider that actually goes down like a splitter. You see the top spin. He gets right on top, and Cabrera swinging at a pitch in the dirt. So that's the way it starts for the A's. A couple of ground ball outs by the Rangers in their top half of the inning.
Good look at Brandon McCarthy. Big, tall, 6'7", 200-pounder.
Traded from the Chicago White Sox to the Rangers for John Danks, and we have seen John Danks pitch, and he's very good. Yeah, very good. So McCarthy, if he stays healthy, the Rangers hope he can be as good. They feel he can.
A pop-up. Kinsler near the line. He's got it. This is the defense behind Brandon McCarthy this afternoon. Looks a lot like last night, because it is. Murphy, Bird, and Cruz in the outfield. Young, Andrus, Kinsler, Davis on the infield, and Saltalamacchia is the catcher.
And Brandon McCarthy, his 6th start, he has not pitched deeper than 6 innings. A couple of times 6 innings, the other 3 5 innings. But 3-0 record, a lot of that because he has the best run support in the American League.
Yeah. But I think the Rangers are just thrilled that he's healthy. Health has been a major issue for McCarthy since coming over to Texas in that trade Ray mentioned. It was 2006, the off-season of 2006 going into 07 when the Rangers made that trade.
Only 5 starts last year for the right-hander.
It's funny that Texas wanted a starting pitcher who was already in the big leagues and could step right into the rotation. That's why they traded Danks to get McCarthy. Danks was what they figured was still a couple years away. Turns out McCarthy has been on the disabled list 4 times since joining the Rangers, and Danks has turned into a very good pitcher for the White Sox. 2-2 to Giambi. Strike 3 called on the inside corner with a fastball. Giambi doesn't agree, but Larry Vanover says it's a strike. No score after 1 from the Coliseum. The Rangers. Both teams keeping an eye on the only other game going on in the American League right now. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City 2 and Seattle nothing. They're already in the 7th inning in the Midwest, Kansas City. Texas a half-game lead over Seattle in the AL West. Angels are 2.5 back. The A's are 5 back, although quite frankly, this time of the year, early May, gotta be careful looking at the standings too much unless first place team is running away with it.
And that's what you don't want if your team is struggling, and the A's are struggling. Almost 4 in a row. They're yet to get a double figures in wins, and hope that's the case today where they do get their 10th win.
Angels will play tonight at home again against the Toronto Blue Jays, and then the Blue Jays will get on a plane and fly up to the Bay Area for their 3-game series here at the Coliseum this weekend. Texas will head to Chicago for a 3-game series against the White Sox. Three and 2 to Marlon Byrd with Nelson Cruz in the on-deck circle, and then David Murphy. Hit hard, and that's a fair ball down the left field line. So Marlon Byrd is going to have a leadoff double here in the second double in the afternoon for
Let's go back to the bottom half of the inning. Jason Giambi striking out on a fastball inside at Larry Vanover, making the call, but over the plate, if you take a look where Larry Vanover set up here, this pitch is on the chalk of the inside batter. That ball is definitely a couple of inches off the plate, and that's where the high home camera shows. And Jason upset, no way. And Jason, you're correct, absolutely correct in that call. Now, there have been times that he's been called out and been upset, but this one clearly a couple of inches off the plate. And I think a lot of it, and I'm not an umpire and never wanted to be, but where the umpire sets up, if he's directly behind the catcher, you can probably see it better, see it off the plate. And even way he was set up, I think should have been able to see it.
So if you're an umpire, why would you not set up right on top of the catcher? Is it just to make sure you can see the plate?
Well, but see, this is an angle, and he's here. This is an angle that he's looking at the outside part of the plate. Yeah. But in the inside, Jason Giambi is so close to the plate, and the umpire gets on the inside, the right shoulder of the catcher. It's almost like he's being blocked by the hitter, that he can't see it.
It's true.
Especially the ball leaving the pitcher's hand.
Nelson Cruz is the hitter, trying to get Marlon Byrd over. That's blocked by Suzuki.
Well, the 3-2 to Marlon Byrd. He elevated the fastball, and about bell time, it resulted in the double down the left field line. It's kind of that fine line between the sinker, getting the ball to sink, getting the hitters to swing at it, and not having to elevate it and become a very hittable pitch.
That one's ripped foul toward the A's bullpen.
And there's your difference again. Got the ball up, straightens out at 91 miles per hour. Still pretty good velocity, but in a hitter's count, they can catch up to any velocity from the fastball.
Cruz, 7 homers and 20 RBIs. So he's off to a good start. Had a couple of hits last night, including a double. Through the changeup. So we've seen Cahill's changeup 78 miles per hour, 79, 80.
At 78, the previous fastball at 91, so there's your 13-mile difference between the fastball and the changeup.
Strike 3 called. And Cruz, he can't believe it, so he's talking to Larry Vanover. He just stood there. Vanover takes a while to make a strike 3 call, and I think that comes into play a little bit as well.
Unless he verbally is making some sort of noise, but a curveball. Cruz just swung at a pitch a little bit higher than that. It looked like it close to catching the inside corner. It wasn't really the curveball breaking sharply away from the right-hander. Kind of a front door. But if the umpire grunts, says something that usually indicates it is a strike.
Most of them do that?
A lot of them do. They do it slowly so we can't tell.
It takes a lot.
Well, that's, I've always thought that. And they hide the strike in front of them, you know, where you can't see.
That changeup floats outside to David Murphy.
Great. Larry Barnett, home plate umpire for many, many years. Here you go. You could hear him.
So you
could hear him all over the park.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When it's a strike, nothing. It was a ball, and you know, regardless of what happened with the right hand, you could hear him.
Rolled to the right side. Giambi has the big hop. Murphy's out. Byrd to third, 2 outs.
You notice how quickly Trevor Cahill got over to first base yesterday afternoon. The pitchers were out on the field 3 o'clock stretching and doing their pitcher fundamental practice, PFPs as they call it, something they work on during spring training. And there have been a few cases this year already where the pitcher has been a little slow covering first base, and it's cost the A's a couple of times. So naturally, especially a ground ball pitcher, ball is hit to the right side, immediately break to the bag, first base bag, whether you're needed or not.
First pitch to Chris Davis, and that almost went to the backstop. Kurt Suzuki saves a run.
But Jack Hanahan way off the bag at third base, so the runner, Bird, can get a huge lead off. See the distance here. He can come down as far as Jack Hanahan is off the bag, which means that if it's a wild pitch that does not get very far away from Kurt Suzuki, he might try to score.
And Bird, I mean, what you said is correct, but he's not necessarily doing it.
Right.
I mean, he has taken an okay lead, but he's not really taking advantage of that distance that you pointed out.
And there's no way Jack Hanahan's going to get over, take a throw from Suzuki.
No. In the dirt on a 2-0 pitch, and it's 2-1.
This is yesterday afternoon, as I mentioned, and fielding ground balls, throwing to first, and you know, one of the things, just fielding your position, which is very important, and covering first base is also very important.
2-2 now to Chris Davis. Davis had an RBI single last night. He was 1 for 3. Strikeouts continue to be an issue for Davis. Most in the majors, 43.
He's been swinging at bad pitches, but that's a little extreme. Almost the point of his over Suzuki and everybody.
Got him swinging. 3 strikeouts for Trevor Cahill, and the Rangers strand a runner at third. Bottom of the second coming up. Matt Holliday is going to lead it off for the A's. Brandon McCarthy. McCarthy had a couple of strikeouts in the first inning. Matt Holliday takes a strike on the outside corner, and I don't think Holliday was happy with that call. Those are selling fast today. Tray was almost empty.
Dibs?
No. I just saw one of the most impressive dibs eating exhibitions I've ever seen in my life, and it was done by my partner, Ray Fossey.
Well, you got to get them for the milk. That's enough for Grady, though.
I'm going to find out how many dibs are in each one of these. What's that?
No, you just every time you eat one.
4 fluid ounces. And Ray ate 4 fluid ounces in about 20 seconds. It was very impressive.
Well, they're very good, but with the hard chocolate, if they mellow a bit, it's just the inside. So it's like a chocolate milk, in a sense, when you bite into it.
You are a veteran.
They're good.
They are good. Most people slow down a little bit when they eat them to enjoy the taste. 2-2 to Holiday. On the ground to Chris Davis, and Holiday is retired 1-0. Well, there is a special Chronicle Live tonight on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. They got a pretty good subject matter for this afternoon. Manny Ramirez suspended for 50 games. Tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. So that Chronicle Live will be a 90-minute show. It's usually 60 minutes. Coming on at 4:30. Again, that's on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Of course, Chronicle Live hosted by good friend Greg Papa. Victor Conti is going to be a guest. So guess what they're going to talk about, folks? So I'm sure Greg Papa is going to have that one under control, but that'll be a good one. Again, 4:30 Chronicle Live. So it hit the airwaves this morning, and I'm sure that there's some odd feelings going on down in Los Angeles. What the heck is going on here?
Well, it hit the airwaves. There's been nothing else on the airwaves since.
I know. I'm with you. After a while, you just almost get numb to it. But it is Manny Ramirez, and that is a pretty big story. So,
well, you do the math. It's a 162 game schedule. You miss 50. That's just a little bit less than a third of the season. He's gone.
Jack Cuss drives on the right, but Cruz is there. Well, and he will not get paid for the 50-game suspension.
July 3rd, he'll be eligible to come back.
So when the A's go there, A's go to Dodger Stadium, he will not be playing. So, that's right. July 3rd, is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's when A's will be there middle of June. So Dodgers have a little cushion in that NL West. I think they're clearly the class of that division, but they will be without him for a while. Ryan Sweeney drops a single in the left field. That's the first hit for the Athletics this afternoon.
You watch Michael Young. Michael Young served one, actually a double. But this one a little bit off speed, and Ryan Sweeney just served it out like Bobby Riggs, old-time tennis player, just serving it over the shortstop's head. Great job of hitting, and for Ryan Sweeney, who has done such an excellent job hitting the ball the opposite field, fall into a little bit of a slump, and if you go back to that, it makes you wait longer, stay back longer, see the ball longer, and you might get hits the opposite field, and that'll get you going again. Let's hope that did hit for him today.
Bobby Crosby steps in, 7th place hitter in the A's lineup. Checks his swing, fouls it back to the screen. Royals still leading the Mariners 2-0 that game now in the 8th inning, top of the 8th. With the Mariners batting. So Kansas City looking for their 6th win in a row. Royals will be here at the Coliseum next Tuesday and Wednesday, just a 2-game series.
Making believers out of a lot of people around baseball.
Well, their pitching's been terrific so far. Brian Bannister, the starting pitcher today for the Royals. And he's not in the game anymore, but 7 shutout innings. Bounced to short. And just flips to second. And that'll do it. A's do nothing in the bottom of the 2nd. On to the 3rd. Still no score, the A's and the Rangers. Jared Saltalamacchia leading things off. We're going to give you a better idea of what we've been talking about as far as the umpire positioning and how it comes into play, and it has come into play in this game. You'll get a better understanding of what we're talking about with home plate umpire Larry Vanover. How important the positioning of the umpire is when calling balls and strikes. Ray?
Well, we do a freeze frame. Larry Vanover, the right-handed batter's on the inside here, left-handed batter inside here. But look at how much the pitch to Holiday, and he's a little bit of angle here, and the pitch to Holiday is out here. And Giambi, of course, we showed earlier, is inside. I mean, he's missing those pitches by at least 2 to 3 inches, and you can understand why both players have complained. And, you know, only showing it because, and we'll show it when the pitches are on the strike, on the plate as well, but those have been just too obvious. But there are umpires, some will set up exactly directly behind the catcher, some to the inside, depending on the hitter, like Vanover does today.
Nice play by Jack Hanahan, and that's the second out here in the third.
What a great play by Hanahan, and we have seen him the last couple of years make some outstanding plays. This is a shot. Just put the glove down, and not enough time to get the body, but great hands, great reflexes to catch the ball and take a hit away from Ian Kinsler. What a great play by Hanahan. How about that? Time for the first.
Good.
Yeah.
2 outs for Elvis Andrus. So he is setting up depending on a left-handed hitter or a right-handed.
Exactly.
He's always going to set up in the inside part of the strike zone depending on
Right.
what side of the plate the hitter's on.
And it will always be an angle. And something else he does, if we could just show the high home, he's got his hand on the catcher. You know how disturbing that is?
I
mean, you have to get used to it. But as he gets down in a balancing position, he'll put his hand
pushing you forward.
They've done that. But
he's not doing that on purpose, obviously.
No,
but it would be uncomfortable if you were the catcher.
But it's almost when he puts the hand, it's kind of, okay, you're there, don't move, because this is where I'm set. In a sense, that's what you see. Playing the Dodgers right here in the World Series. At the time, American League umpires wore the balloon chest protector. The umpires, the National League, like they do right now. Home plate umpire, I went down with the runner at second. He put his hand on my back, and I came up to throw, and I felt his hand. I said, what's going on? And he apologized to me because it was different in the American National League, just something we're unfamiliar with. But now they're the same in both leagues. But watch the hand. He gets down. He's right there. So basically, the catcher will feel, in this case, both hands on his back. His massage is okay.
Strike 3 called, and that right there, we may take a look at, back our point up a little bit more. Strikeout, though, for Cahill. for a home game for the A's so far this year. But it is heading toward the middle of May, so the weather will start getting nice.
Most baseball is played nowadays at nighttime just because of scheduling and fans working, and easier to see more games at nighttime. But you cannot, to me, take away the beauty of playing a day game. I mean, the beautiful sky, the sunshine, and just what a day just to come out and enjoy a game. And if it's as nice as it is today on Sunday, Mother's Day, what a great Mother's Day gift. Take them out to the ball game. Toronto Blue Jays in town, 1:05 start. This Sunday, first 10,000 fans that day. How about a gift from Mom? A reusable tote bag. And it's brought to you by Aquafina and Lucky. Tickets are on sale now. Call 877-493-BALL. We'll be here. Hope you are too. On Mother's Day against the Toronto Blue Jays, first place in the Eastern Division of the American League.
Jack Hanahan, the 9th place hitter for the A's. Jack's got 1 hit so far this year, and that was a home run. He's 1 for 11. He was in the starting lineup for the first time last night for the A's. He went 0 for 2.
Well, one thing about Jack Hanahan and Bobby Crosby also, as long as Eric Chavez is able to list, and Mark Ellis. Bobby, of course, playing both third and second. Jack Hanahan is probably best suited at third base, and Bobby is getting a lot more comfortable at second. So probably defense is so much important, so much more important, and you're not scoring as many runs. Probably right now, this is the best defense the A's have to offer with these guys in positions.
Little flare down the left field line, just foul. And that's a credit to the fact that Jack Hanahan is outstanding defensively at third base.
He had that percentage, which we showed with just 9 errors all last season. At the hot corner, you saw how quickly the ball can get on you. That's something that Bobby has talked about. Playing deep at short, deep at second, all of a sudden 90 feet away at third. It's much different.
There's that big overhand curve from Brandon McCarthy. 3 strikeouts in the game for McCarthy. The A's have just 1 hit. And now a full count.
And that pitch was high. Wasn't outside.
Yes, it was. No matter where the umpire is.
Well, that's why I say it was called high. Probably not because they received a widened strike zone today.
That one rolled foul. Hanahan hanging in there. That was a good pitcher's pitch right on the outside corner. Another foul ball. This one just foul. Rangers outfield shallow as always, and Marlon Byrd, the center fielders, he over toward left center. Showed it last night too. The Rangers outfielders always play shallow. And there's a walk. Good at bat for Jack Hanahan, and he's aboard.
10 pitches for Jack, and let's see if we can get a couple of dinners at Francesco's. Get on base with 10 pitches, and outstanding at bat, especially taking a 3-2 slider from McCarthy to draw the walk. You've been at Francesco's, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Actually, I ate there a couple times this winter before Warriors games. One of the Warriors games to check out Golden State, so you go to Francesco's.
That's the meeting place before any event.
It was great.
It's a nice dinner, come over and see whether it's the Raiders, the Warriors, the Athletics, right here at the Coliseum and Coliseum Arena.
Did it twice, actually. Ate way too much. I know that surprises you. You've seen my act for 6 years now. It was good. And
it's always good.
Rolled on over to the Warrior game. Popped up, and that's going to be just below us.
Orlando Cabrera talks about April, how cold it usually is, regardless of where they're playing. Last year in Chicago for the A's shortstop, and tough start, but boy, it's starting to warm up. And usually when the weather warms up, the hitters warm up. And that's we're all looking forward to that happening with the Athletics. Bat feels better in your hands. You don't get jammed as much. And that cold weather, the biting cold weather, you swing the bat and it gets stinging effect, but not when it's warm.
That one rolled to short, and that's pretty much a tailor-made double play. 6-4-3, side retired. Still scoreless, A's and Rangers as we head to the fourth. Nissan Tent Event for great deals on reliable vehicles. Look closer. Nissan delivers. Pitchers duel so far. Trevor Cahill and Brandon McCarthy, both very sharp through the first 3 innings. Trevor Cahill has not been a big strikeout guy this year, but he has been today. He's got 4 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, and he has not walked anybody, so that's a good sign.
Do we put an asterisk beside that because of the umpire?
Trevor Cahill's going to say, no way.
Well, let's see. Cahill's 4 strikeouts, 2 called. Yeah, 1-2, and just a little bit outside. So 2-2, 2 swings, 2 takes.
Line drive right at Jack Hanahan. So allowed out. Cahill will take it 1-1.
The loud outs have occurred whenever he's elevated his fastball. Well, bell time. Michael Young, fortunate for the A's, right to Jack Hanahan, who handles it easily. Ball like that, you just hope as a third baseman doesn't get lost in a white shirt over the dugout. Oh.
So here's Hank Blaylock with 1 out. Blaylock struck out swinging in the first inning. He settled into the designated hitter spot for Texas. Long time played third base, but the DH spot is his this year as he grounds out. So he's 0 for 2. 2 quick outs here in the fourth.
I think Ron Washington is doing that extremely well by playing Davis at first base. He does not want to platooning. Chris Davis, although he's struggling with the strikeouts, but Wash said it's important the young man know he's a first baseman and not take him out, put Blaylock at first back and forth. So he just put those two in the position and let him go. 11 years with the Athletics, Ron Washington, and 3rd year with the Rangers. And off to an excellent start, first place in the division.
A little bit outside to Marlon Byrd, who doubled leading off the 2nd inning, but the Rangers could not get him home. 2-0.
Let's see what he does if he elevates this fastball.
Sounded like a broken bat on the check swing.
Bat boy has his new bat. Didn't like it. He wants another one. A different bat. Bat boy's doing his job. He's got a taut as the hitters the plate. The bat boy gets another bat with his name or his bat that he uses in the event there's a broken bat. So you can save about 30 seconds. And that's important.
That's right,
if you add those broken bats up over the course of a game, that could be a good 5 minutes you're saving the length of the game. So he's got it.
3-2 now to Marlon Byrd.
You know, Matt and Cliffy were the teachers of all. You know, those
learn from the best.
That's right. Veteran bat boys. They could speed up a game in a heartbeat. I mean, they knew how to do it.
Down the right field line, and that's going to drop foul. I saw Timmy, bat boy today. I said, Timmy, how you doing? He looked a little down. I said, what's the problem? Dave, baseball, beautiful day. He said, I got to go to class. He was bumming. I said, well, it sounds like you're being responsible. He said, I know. I got to go to class. So, no Timmy today. That's a fair ball. Hanahan dives. He may have got a glove on it, but it's going to roll down near the A's bullpen. So Marlon Byrd, his 2nd double this afternoon. No stride.
Yeah,
huh?
no stride. Took the stride and then stopped. Yes, the top hand, and Jack Hanahan did get a glove on it. Came that close to keeping it at least a single, but that's how hard the ball was hit. He was playing it deep because of a couple of strikes and really not a threat to bunt.
So here's Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz was a member of the Athletics for a while in the minor league system. He was acquired by Oakland from New York for shortstop Jorge Velandia in August of 2000, and then the A's traded him to Milwaukee for Keith Ginter in 2004. He never got to the big leagues with the Athletics, but did spend a handful of years in their minor league system. Hopes to have found a home with the Texas Rangers.
Well, like a couple of the players of the Rangers last year, Davis, Murphy, Teagarden came up and played very well the second half. Same with Nelson Cruz, and he is a fixture in right field. Josh Hamilton, when he comes back, it could change some things for Ron Washington, the way he's set it up now.
Good pitch. All the ball. That's a good curveball from Trevor Cahill. On a day like today, I thought that would have been a strike.
Yeah. Oh no, that should have been a strike. That was on the chalk in the batter's box.
Cabrera to his left, throws quickly in time. Nice play by Orlando Cabrera. Saved a run. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Kurt Suzuki's going to lead it off. We're still scoreless. Kurt Suzuki to lead it off for the A's. Bottom of the fourth, no score. He's trying to break a 4-game losing streak. Looking at the schedule, unfortunately the losing streak, even though it's the month of May, the timing not great because you're playing division opponents. So hopefully that losing streak will be broken today as Suzuki has a leadoff single.
Well, a special day following today's game. After the game, fans are invited to meet Jack Cuss. We'll be at the Englander located at 101 Parrott Street in San Leandro. Jack will sign autographs, take pictures with the fans, and that's 1 hour following today's game. That's this Thursday. Today, after the A's Rangers game, meet Jack Cuss at the Englander located at 101 Parrott Street in San Leandro. And when you see Jack Cuss, just say, Jack, what's it like to be a stolen base threat? Get up there and...
What'd he say?
He likes it.
I know he does.
Especially when the first baseman plays behind him. So that's a given. I'm just add it to my total. They'll start respecting me a lot more very soon.
So it's really simple. If you play behind me, I'm taking off.
Yeah. Just give me the green light. That's all he's looking for from Mike Gallego. Green light, go when you get a jump, and usually in the case of Jack Cuss, it's the next pitch. That's when he feels he can get the jump.
Blocked by Saltalamacchia. Did he go? No, says Charlie Relaford.
And that's why it's important that the third base or first base umpire make the call, not the home plate umpire. Watch the body of Jason Giambi goes forward at the bat. Maybe went a little bit too far, but still usually has the bat pointed back away from the plate.
Giambi with a walk.
And he wasn't going to waste any time on that one. He's not going to give Larry Vanover a chance to call that one.
So 2 on and nobody out. So action for the A's, and here's Matt Holliday.
This is the last pitch. Yeah, that was on the inside of the chalk, so that's a little bit too far inside.
Holliday grounded out in the second inning. He was 1 for 4 last night. He scored a run. First pitch is outside. Matt Holliday with 17 RBIs on the year. 2-0. Good take by Holliday. I mentioned it last night, Ray. We didn't get a chance to talk about it a lot. But Matt Holliday off to a slow start, but still the 17 RBIs in 25 games. And that's probably a better ratio than you think. If you stretch that out over 162 games, or anywhere near the full season, it's over 100 RBIs. And he's got a chance right here. 3-0 the count. And outside, he walked him.
See how he waited? Yep. They're not taking anything for granted today.
So that's 3 walks for McCarthy, including back-to-back here in the 4th. So bases loaded, nobody out for Cust. Mike Maddox, the new pitching coach, comes out. So a single and 2 walks here in the 4th.
Designated hitter, number 32, Jack Cust.
Cust to a fly ball to right field in the 2nd inning. He does that again, and the A's will have a 1-0 lead. But I think what the A's really need is a big inning.
Grand slam sounds good, but base hit, a couple base hits, and just get him rolling, get him running, and put a crooked number up. Trevor Cahill would love it. He's pitching very well, looking for his first win.
Drive to right, cruise back, look it up! Grand slam, Cust.
That's a crooked number. 1 swing, 2nd career grand slam, and Jack Babe Cust puts 4 on the board. And there was no doubt. I think that would have gone regardless. Daytime, nighttime, ball was crushed.
And badly needed by the A's offense. So that is awesome. Jack Cust, number 4 on the year. And the crowd buzzing a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Sweeney had a base hit. That was in the 2nd inning.
Well, here is Jack Cust. Like a fastball tailed over the middle of the plate. Started inside, but got too much to the plate. And Jack, who waits so well, unloaded. What a great swing.
Strike 3 called. Sweeney can't believe it.
Check his swing out. Lift off.
Second baseman.
He knew it. Now that's what you could talk to Jack Cust tonight about at the Englander. Forget about stolen bases. Talk about the slam. And just the way that ball sounded off his bat. And there's no doubt. Almost to the walkway. Right field in the bleachers. You will have a good time visiting with Jack Cust tonight. That's regardless of whether he goes 0 for 4 or hits a slam. Jack is a good man.
Bobby Crosby, a ground out. His only at bat so far. He rips that one into left field for a base hit. A 1-out single for Crosby. And that'll bring up Travis Buck.
Right fielder, number 6, Travis Buck.
Well, the Royals are trying to close out the Mariners in Kansas City. It's the Royals 3, the Mariners 1 in the top of the 9th inning, but Seattle has already scored a run in that ninth, and they're still batting, so they're got a rally going. Soria is in the game for Kansas City to try to close it out. A 1-0 to Buck, who struck out in the third.
Happy young man, Trevor Cahill. Probably would like to see a few more.
Pitch in there for a strike, so it's 2-1 to Buck. Travis Buck has only a short career. He has 15 career home runs. 4 of them have come against the Texas Rangers. Of course, you play him a few more times because they're in the division. I think I recall him hitting a couple down in Texas. I don't know that for sure. Jack Hanahan in the on-deck circle, just 1 out. Jack Cust a grand slam here in the 4th. Crosby takes off, and the pitch is
foul ball.
Foul ball, yeah.
Swing, it looked like that.
So Larry Vanover put up both hands, meaning it is a foul ball.
There's a check swing, and actually Travis very fortunate to have the bat or the ball make contact. Looked like it's a pretty good pitch.
So Crosby back to first. Quick throw that way. In that game in Kansas City, the Mariners have the bases loaded and 2 outs. Down by 2, and guess who's at bat? I'll give you one guess. Each year. Andrus out, Murphy in, and it's going to be David Murphy, only because he's just a bit taller. So Travis Buck is out.
Well, you're right about Travis Buck. 4 home runs against the Rangers, 3 at the ballpark in Arlington. And there's the height advantage, David Murphy. That's when an infielder goes out, and David Murphy should have been saying, I got it, and you move out of the way as an infielder. You go for it until you hear the outfielder.
First pitch to Hanahan in for a strike with a breaking ball. Drive to right. That's hit well. Cruz back near the wall. It's over his head, up against the wall. Bobby Crosby being waved around. Here comes Crosby, and he will score. Jack Hanahan with an RBI double. 5-0.
Well, there's your second baseman and third baseman in this afternoon's game. Same last night. Crosby gets on with a 2-out hit. A 1-out hit, then an out, and then Jack Cust brings him home. I thought Cruz, but once again playing shallow in right field. Goes back, looked like he's going to have a chance, just ran out of room as he threw up his glove. And Karam angle away from the right fielder, and Bobby Crosby with 2 outs able to score easily from first.
So a couple of big hits in the inning. None bigger, of course, than the Cust home run, but nothing like a 2-out hit. So 5-0 Athletics. Cabrera bluffs a bunt.
Well, we've seen Cabrera attempt to bunt. Chris Benson, the former starter now in the bullpen, just coming off the disabled list. Rangers bullpen. Usually the runner in scoring position, I don't like to see a bunt, especially with 2 outs. Try to drive him in with a hit.
Like that. Marlon Byrd, though, got a great jump, and playing shallow helps out Marlon Byrd right there. Big inning for the Athletics, thanks to Jack Cust. Watch this shot, a grand slam. To Jack Cust, so the A's now with a 5-0 lead, top of the 5th inning. Trevor Cahill runs to work with as he faces Murphy, Davis, and Saltalamacchia. Bottom 3 hitters for the Rangers. This will be pitch number 62 for Cahill, so the pitch count's in decent shape. Murphy a ground out to first back in the 2nd inning. Pitch there, 1-2. Murphy was 0 for 3 last night. He did have a sacrifice fly. The Royals did hang on and beat the Mariners 3-1. Mariners left the bases loaded there in the top of the 9th inning. So Kansas City stays red hot. Playable for Buck as he drifts back, and now he's got it.
Well, we saw during spring training this year, they don't have phones in the dugout to the bullpens, so Mike Maddox, although to the best of my knowledge these phones work, but Mike Maddox has some sort of a walkie-talkie to his bullpen coach, having someone get up to get loose. Pitcher coach the last 6 years in Milwaukee. Rangers wanted him, and now he is a Ranger. Now, Kurt Young was using his cell phone to talk to Ron Romanek during spring training because they do not have phones in the dugout, the bullpens in Arizona. But I've never seen it during the season here.
Huh.
There's the phone. That's the bullpen. You pick it up in the dugout, it rings immediately down in the bullpen. Hello? Yes, sir. He'll be right up in a second.
wonder what would happen if he just didn't pick it up.
He'd be looking for another job. But some of the best, though, when
Just let it rip.
Old County Stadium in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
where the bullpens were back to back.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, if you played for the Brewers, you knew the phone number from the dugout to the visiting bullpen. So you could get on the phone in the home bullpen, call the visiting bullpen.
Watch him scramble.
Yeah.
Right when they pick it up, hang up.
No, just tell somebody to get up in the fourth inning. The guy gets up and starts throwing it. And all of a sudden, real phone call comes down from the dugout. Why is he up? Why is he throwing?
The starter hasn't allowed any runs yet. Right field, and that baby's going to leave the ballpark. A long home run by Chris Davis, and the Rangers are on the board.
That is number 7. He strikes out a lot, but that's what the Rangers like about Chris Davis. A towering home run.
Now batting, number 21, Jared Saltalamacchia.
Big strikeout that Cahill had in the first inning. Off-speed pitch. He didn't bounce it. And if you throw Chris Davis a strike, and he's a very good hitter, but right now he's struggling and swinging balls in the dirt. Why throw him a strike?
Yeah.
Why throw him anything close?
So 5-1 now, Ace, and Saltalamacchia steps in. Well, that is home run number 50 for the Texas Rangers, and this is their 28th game. Stretch that out. They are on pace to hit over 290 home runs this season. That would smash the record. The record for home runs in a single season by a team is 264. Seattle Mariners did it. It was 1997.
Ian Kinsler.
And they've hit 50 and hasn't even warmed up yet.
I'm telling you.
And especially in the ballpark in Arlington.
They've hit 10 more than anybody else. Blue Jays are second. And they're not picky. 25 on the road, 25 at home. And it may be hard to keep up this pace, but let's not forget they've been playing without Josh Hamilton for a little over a week, I guess, maybe even a little bit longer. Strike called to Ian Kinsler to even up the count at 1-1. Kinsler is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short, and he's grounded out to second. So 2 for 6 in the series. There's Josh Hamilton.
No pep talk for the boys in between innings.
Yeah, how about that? Hamilton gathered all the hitters around in the dugout. He was telling them something. Cahill throws out Kinsler. So that'll do it. Rangers get a run on Chris Davis' 7th home run of the year. It's now 5-1 Athletics. before he found out where he will be playing on Sundays coming this fall. It is post-draft reaction. It's Comcast special Center of Attention, the road to the draft. It's today right after the game. So Alex Mack, center for Cal Bears, will now play for the Cleveland Browns.
Just playing to dress warmly.
Yep. Base hit for Kurt Suzuki. That's just how the fourth inning started, and the A's scored 5 runs. So another good start here in the 5th. Kurt Suzuki is 2 for 3.
This says a lot about Kurt Suzuki. He can lead off, he can hit second, any place in the batting order. And the run producer, which probably as his career progresses, he will be in a run producing spot in the lineup. Fastball a little bit away. Nice easy swing, and 5.5 hope between third and short.
Jason Giambi steps in. Giambi had an important at-bat in that 4th inning. It resulted in a walk, and it really got things rolling. McCarthy closing in on 80 pitches. This will be 79. Check swing, foul ball, so the count 2-1. Chris Benson up throwing again. I think we will see Chris Benson at some point in this game. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Frank Francisco threw a fastball by Giambi last night with about 95. That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, one that usually Jason makes contact and hits it hard somewhere.
Hits that one hard, and it's over the head of second baseman Ian Kinsler, and that's a base hit. Again, 2 on, nobody out.
And surprisingly, no shift for Jason. Usually we see a second baseman playing in shallow right field. That might have been right to Kinsler, but he's playing normal position, and Jason gets a hit.
Ron Washington's coming out. He's going to make a pitching change. So Brandon McCarthy strong through the first 3 innings, but he ran into trouble here in the 4th and here in the 5th. As Ron Washington takes the baseball. So McCarthy has gone 4+ innings. Benson coming in. We'll be back. As the A's got him for 5 in the 4th, and they're at it again here in the 5th. So McCarthy has enjoyed lots of run support this year. Not the case today. They have been on opposite ends. 2 starters. So McCarthy is going to be finished for the day, and Trevor Cahill's looking straight in the eyes of his first major league win, and that would be something special. Chris Benson comes in, the veteran right-hander, just back from the disabled list. Made 2 starts earlier in the year.
Kind of just trying to get him back to where he can go back to the rotation if they decide to do that. I mentioned last night the Rangers technically have about 8 guys who could start and have been starters. 3 of them in the bullpen.
And it sounds like Ray, Scott Feldman, got the win last night and pitched pretty well. They may leave, I don't know this for sure, but I read somewhere where they were thinking about maybe leaving him in the rotation and leaving Benson in the bullpen. I don't know that that's the case. Could be.
Well, some options they have, the way Feldman pitched last night, especially getting a 10 ground ball outs. Pitched very well, and that's usually, as the great Ken Maka once said, the players make out the lineup.
That's right.
You pitch well, you play well, you'll be in the lineup. And I'm sure today's game, Jack Hanahan plays very well at third base. Big double with 2 outs. Might see him in the lineup consistently.
Drive left center. That baby's hit a long way. Murphy near the wall. Gone. 3-run shot for Matt Holliday.
Oh, he said when Matt Holliday fouled out with the bases loaded down the right field line, he said, "Welcome to the Coliseum," where we can say again today, beautiful day for baseball. Welcome to the Coliseum. Ball was crushed, but we have seen balls crushed and not get out. But Jack Cuss hit one, a slam, and now a 3-run home run for Matt Holliday. And that had to feel very, very good. You could just see the reaction, his big smile, and greeted by his teammates.
So Jack Cust steps in. So grand slam and a 3-run homer for the A's.
That was at 88 miles per hour. A fastball, center cut, and the sound, yes. Matt looking down, looking up. He sees the height, he sees where the wall is, and happy to see the result. 7 earnings for today's starting pitcher, Brandon McCarthy.
And now 4 homers and 20 RBIs for Matt Holliday. It's too good to keep him down.
Talking to Jack Cuss, and of course seeing some of the home run hitters struggling month of April, and he brought up a good point. He said last year he hit 1 home run in April. That was it. He ended up hitting 32 in the final 5 months, 33 total in the season. So you might have 1 bad month, but you string together 5 to 7. The next 5, you're in the 30-plus home run range, which in today's baseball, great numbers. At one time, no, when they're hitting 50s and 60s, but 30 to 40, great numbers, and Jack Cuss has done that in back-to-back seasons with the A's.
And for Matt Holliday, the track record says he's going to hit somewhere between 30 and 40. Two and two to Cust. Andrus ranging far to his left with the shift down. It takes care of him. So that's 1 out here in the 5th.
Well, that's a great swing. Strong swing. He is strong, and as he was saying after last night's game, just missed a couple of pitches. Frank Francisco this afternoon did not miss that one. So walk, scored run, Brown out to first, his first at bat, and a 3-run Jimmy Jack, as Jason Giambi would call it.
Looks like he got that leg lift down, maybe a little bit quicker.
It's all the timing.
Line drive foul by Ryan Sweeney, who has a single and a strikeout.
There are the numbers talking about the last 3 years, the last 3 seasons. Colorado 34, 36, 25 home runs. 100 runs batted in 2 of those 3 years. So yes, the track record is there.
Line drive, base hit, a soft line drive is what we'll call it. Ryan Sweeney will take it. He's 2 for 3.
Think back to Dallas Braden's start against the Angels, and we saw 4 of the 8 hits just like this. How frustrated the A's and all of us were. But that's a cue shot into the bat, just slicing away from Andres, the shortstop. And another hit. Identical location for Ryan Sweeney.
So that's 4 hits in the inning and 9 hits for the game. And through the first 3 innings, the A's had just 1 hit. 8 in the last 2. Bobby Crosby has a hit. He singled and scored in the 4th. He scored on Hanahan's double. Right center. Bird racing over, and it's over his head, up against the wall. Sweeney hits the bag at third. Here he comes. The throw to the plate is not in time. Bobby Crosby with an RBI double.
Last inning, Marlon Burke took a base hit and an RBI away from Orlando Cabrera by playing shallow. Played shallow again. Bobby Crosby drove the ball over his head in right center. So you give it, you take it. Then this one, the angle just couldn't get to it, and in a normal position played by an outfielder, he catches the ball easily. Mutt probably looking at the inning before when he took a hit away, but in this particular instant, a great swing by Bobby Crosby. So a couple of hits for Bobby, including run scoring double to the opposite field.
So 5 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, and the A's are not done. They lead 9-1. Travis Buck steps in. There are 2 A's players who do not have hits today. Buck is one of them, and Cabrera is the other one. Looks like it's an afternoon where there are hits to be had if you're an A's hitter. Roll foul, so the count 1-1 now to Buck. Also nice to see extra base hits, a couple of home runs, a couple of doubles by the A's. That is something that the A's have come up a little short on in the early going of the season. Maybe today is the start. Close pitch, just missed inside. Curveball hit hard. Davis. What a play, and they're going to get Buck at first. Crosby goes over to third. And a very nice play by the first baseman, Chris Davis.
Could not hit a ball any harder than that. And Davis had just enough time to turn to his right, put his glove down, and then fall to the ground. And what a great play, taking a hit and a probably RBI away from Travis Buck. Home run that has lasted back. Great defensive play in this inning.
Well, as I look at the scores from the A's games this year, Ray, this is their highest run total for the season in a game. Jack Hanhana walked in an RBI double so far this afternoon. Inside corner, strike 0-2. It's been a Matt Holliday 3-run homer and a Bobby Crosby RBI double for the 4 runs here in the 5th.
Brandon McCarthy had 11 runs scored for him against the Indians. That bumped up his run support. Trevor Cahill might join the party today with the number of runs he's getting, and he'll take them. But important for Trevor Cahill, a young pitcher, just to remember when he takes the mound, he'll have at least a 9-1 lead, 8-run lead. Pitch like he normally does, not try to think that just throw fastballs, because this Rangers club can come back on you very quickly. A lot of times a pitcher will feel there's a big lead, I just throw strikes, get ahead, and if you have a good hitting club, they can take advantage of that. And it's just the 6th inning for the Rangers when they come in the hit the next inning.
Another ground ball past Todd Steverson, so the count remains 2-2. Nine runs and 10 hits for the A's so far. And another foul ball. Big curveball, and Hanahan strikes outside, retired. A 4 spot for the A's. Matt Holliday, his 3rd home run of the year, make it his 4th home run of the year. So another big inning for the Athletics. It's 9-1 after 5.
People Magazine are looking for A's fans who have made a difference in their community. 30 everyday All-Stars will be honored at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis, and one will be featured in People Magazine. To nominate, go to peopleallstars.com.
Elvis Andrus, Michael Young, and Hank Blaylock. The top of the 6th, it's 9-1 Athletics. So we'll see how Trevor Cahill handles the big run support today. The only run that he has given up, a Chris Davis solo home run in the 5th inning. And maybe more important, no walks, 4 strikeouts for Cahill.
He had 7 innings against the Mariners here at the Coliseum, and that's his highest innings pitched per game. Should be the equal today, I would think, at least 7.
Nice play by Bobby Crosby, shows off that strong arm, and he takes a base hit away from Elvis Andrus. 1 out. Tonight's leaderboard is brought to you by Firestone, youngest players to hit a home run here at the Oakland Coliseums. Pretty good names on there. The youngest, Gary Sheffield, and then Claudel Washington, and last night Elvis Andrus, 20 years. Ricky Henderson's on there. Liner fair down the left field line. So Michael Young is going to have his 2nd double this afternoon. Claudel Washington's name.
Claudel, 1975.
Number 9, Hank Blaylock.
So Michael Young is at 2nd base with 1 out for Hank Blaylock.
Young doubled to left center. His first at bat, a hard line drive to Jack Hanna, who caught it his last at bat, but this one just no chance, as it was by Hanahan very quickly.
And that one's ripped to right, but Travis Buck is right there. And that's the 2nd out, a line drive. So Blaylock is 0 for 3
Number 22.
this afternoon, and 0 for 7 in the series, and that'll bring up Marlon Byrd. It's always good when you keep the opposition's cleanoff man hitless in a series, and that has been the case so far with Blaylock. Marlon Byrd is a different story. He's 2 for 2 today. Was 1 for 4 last night.
I think Byrd does a good job of setting up or teasing Trevor Cahill today. He's gotten ahead of Byrd a couple of times already, but ended up getting hits on 3-2 pitches. Both of them doubles.
Marlon Byrd will be a free agent after this year. He's done a nice job in Texas. This is his 3rd year with the Rangers. Get a chance to play pretty much every day. Pitch number 85 coming up for Trevor Cahill. That one off the end of the bat.
I wonder for the Rangers, David Murphy, who's in left field hitting under 200 with 1 home run. And you have Byrd and Cruz, center and right, hitting over 300 with combined 9 home runs. And then when Josh Hamilton comes back, he will be in center. It's just a matter of who the odd man out's going to be.
Options, as you said earlier.
So that's pretty hot a meal. The hitting coach of the Rangers said Josh Hamilton in about a week should be back in the lineup.
Holiday to his left, and then Sweeney coming over. It's going to be Sweeney who has it. Side retired. So Michael Young's 1 out double does no damage. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 9 baseballs are typically carried each game, and has there ever been a time a game has run out of baseballs?
I think I want to say, and maybe Steve Vucinich, the A's equipment manager, better yet Matt Weiss, who handles the umpire's room. I want to say 6 dozen are rubbed up
For each game.
to start the game, which is 72, which is not a lot of baseballs. And then maybe they have some extras that are rubbed up, and then they bring out the pearls, the white ones, and that's why you see them rubbing up after a lot of baseballs have been used. For some reason, 6 dozen stands out. It could be more, and probably should be, considering the number of baseballs they go through. But from what I understand, the umpires do not rub them up any longer.
Huh.
Mississippi mud.
Yeah. So you're saying that they don't get rubbed up at all?
No, they get rubbed up. Somebody other than the umpire rubs them up.
I've seen Matt Weiss, of course, is in charge of the umpires' room. At some point during the day, I know he sits down with the baseballs and he does it, or some of his guys down there do it. To left field by Cabrera. And David Murphy has it.
The big thing is how many baseballs are thrown in the stands. Thrown in the stands, not hit in the stands. So you look at the foul balls that as soon as the ball hits the ground, hits the dirt when it's a pitch ball, get a new ball, throw it out, and maybe Timmy or the bat boys might put it back in the bag. The home bat boys control the game balls. They'll bring the bag down, or the umpires will, and the home bat boys will have them. That's why the umpire always looks over and bring me 3, bring me 2. They have a couple of pouches on their side. Larry Vanover, a couple of pouches on either side of his hip.
Elvis Andrus in the hole. The jump throw is going to be way offline, and it sails right over the head of Chris Davis, and Kurt Suzuki never stopped running. He just took a hard left turn and ends up at second base. It'll be a base hit and an error.
So that's 3 in the identical spot. This one does not get through the infield. But Elvis Andrus tried to pull a Derek Jeter by jumping and throwing, just got too much on it. Got the elevation and threw the ball just as high as he jumped. So Kurt 3 for 3 after popping up to second in his first at bat. He has scored 2 runs in front of the home runs.
That error by Andrus is his 7th of the year. But back to the baseballs, people would be surprised at, if you picked up a game ball, how dark they are. I mean, they really do. The mud that they get rubbed up with is a very dark brown mud.
Take the sheen off.
Yeah.
It kind of roughens it up a little bit. If you pick up a pearl, as they call it, a brand new baseball, it's slippery. And of course, the mud is to get it to the point where guys can grip the baseball.
But I don't think they will run out of baseballs.
No.
A home team responsible for all the baseballs, obviously.
Right, for the game balls, and also to eliminate the. See, there's one of the bat boys has about 3 ready to take out to Larry Vanover. To eliminate the visiting teams to have to carry cases and cases of baseballs. Again, I don't know the exact number, but for example, the A's provided enough baseballs for batting practice for the Rangers for yesterday and today, last night and today. And so it could be several cases per day. That's a lot.
And obviously it all evens out because you go to the other stadium.
And if they're not used and loose goes on the road, they're packed on the truck and on the plane when we come back. But a lot of souvenirs are given. And of course, baseball trying to, fan friendly. They don't like to see players throw baseballs in the stands. They'd rather walk over and hand a baseball to a fan. Just because they want to take a chance of possibly throwing the ball, injuring. Now, Rene Latchman, when he's here, coaching third base. I know at least 9 balls were used during the game. Because as he went out to third base coaching box, he would walk along the side, whether home or away, and give a baseball to a fan.
Usually a young fan.
Oh, sure. Give it to a young kid. And he had a lot of fans around baseball, but it's also kind of a friendly gesture. That kid or whoever got the baseball went home very happy and remembered Rene Latchman. And I think there was a joke played on Latch when he was here. All along, the controller for the A's would put up a fictitious invoice and sit down to ledge for the number of baseballs he'd given away at about $10, $11 per baseball. You know, look at $100 a game.
Sure.
At least. There are some coaches who are in charge of baseballs. And I know when I was in Cleveland, the budget was tight. And they didn't like to see baseballs given away or players keep baseballs, get autographs. So they take a magic marker and mark on the pearl, the brand new baseball, mark on it. So if you picked one up and you had this mark, well, you're not going to throw it in the stands. You might throw it in the stands because you're upset. But you definitely wouldn't get autographs because it is big magic marker on it.
Huh. Sort of takes a little of the fun out of it.
Yeah. But in Cleveland also, they had this huge octagonal big box on a rotator with erasers in the box right inside. So Cy Bynack, who was the equipment manager, would throw all these used baseballs in this
Clean them up a little bit
and start these erasers. And we take batting practice. Hey, we have new baseballs. You hit a ball, go nowhere.
Well, they get a little soft, right?
Of course, yeah. Because those erasers would erase all the marks off of them. And they looked like they were brand new.
So you guys caught on to it after a while.
Well, yeah, and then we'd throw them in the stands. After you figure you couldn't hit them in the stands during BP because they were mush balls. But Cy was on a tough budget. I mean, that was at the tough times in the 70s.
I mean, that's like you said, that's a major expense for all the teams. Yeah. The baseballs, bats. Inside to Matt Holliday on the 3-1 pitch. So Matt Holliday walks for the second time.
Yeah, Boose's budget for bats and baseballs, pretty much uniforms. I don't know what is there, the manufacturers, but baseballs and bats, they're expensive.
Yeah. But there's still something about a baseball.
Going after a baseball, a foul ball. People have gotten hurt, jumping over seats, falling down, going after a $10 baseball, but it's got all that Mississippi mud on it, or whatever mud. But maybe you have to talk to Matt Weiss and get all the particulars.
Yeah, it's a good call. We've seen people do strange things, and we've seen strange things happen with people going after baseball. Big hit for Costa, grand slam. That was in the 4th inning. And Matt Holliday, a 3-run homer in the 5th. That's when the A's did the damage. A 5 spot and a 4 spot.
Well, great swing by Jack Cust on the grand slam. He knows he's going to the Englander after the game to sign autographs and visit with fans, so he wanted to make sure the fans have something to talk about. 33 last year, 33 home runs. Joined the club in May of 2007. Had a monster year. And has been the home run and run batted in champion for the A's each of the last 2.
Again, rolled foul. It's been quite a 3-year run for Jack Cust, if you really look at where he was, where he is now. See, there's the thrill of the foul ball. Jack Cust now 30 years old, Ray, so he's been around.
200 home runs he hit in minor leagues. 200. And had Mike Piazza not gotten injured in 2007 in Boston, he might still not be in the big leagues.
Yep. Cust swings and misses there. Chris Benson, big overhand curveball side, retired. A couple of strikeouts for Benson. 7th inning coming up, 9-1 A's.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wells Fargo.
Angus. That's the kind of day it is, folks. It's one of those days where we say, this is why we live in the Bay Area.
Got the information.
My partner, Ray Fossey, not only a very strong analyst, but investigative reporter as well.
I just talked
to tell me everything I need to know about
Mikey
baseball.
Thalblum. I just talked to Mikey, who is the visiting clubhouse manager. He and Matt Weiss rub up 6 dozen baseballs for each game, and on average, which is a little surprising. And Mikey said, on average, about 6 dozen baseballs are used per game.
Huh.
Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but he said on average 6 dozen. So 72 baseballs. You know, you could go a whole inning and use one baseball.
Yeah.
It's possible. But it is called Mississippi mud. Mike doesn't think it's from Mississippi, kind of New Jersey, but it's always been called Mississippi mud.
So it's still coming, the big
big
tin can,
and so
big coffee can.
Matt and Mikey get their hands dirty. I don't know if you forgot to ask if they use disposable gloves or they just use them.
Huh.
No, Art Kushner used to rub with baseballs, and I think Casey Chavez, who is CA's bullpen catcher,
helps out a little bit.
I think he rubs up the baseballs because when you have the pitchers warm up in the bullpen, they need to have the baseball that's rubbed up as well, just like they would have going into the game. So some similarities there.
Travis Buck drifts back at the warning track, and he's got it. Well, tune in tonight at 7 o'clock right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. It's an A's Classic game. Feature Marco Scudero, the home run against Mariano Rivera in the bottom of the 9th inning. That was back in 2007. Yeah, 2007, I believe. That's an A's Classic game tonight at 7. So, much good ball game today.
Well,
and a good ball game tonight.
You can see Nick Swisher come running out of the dugout, and that was before he had his haircut.
Oh, what a play at second base by Bobby Crosby. How about that? He's made a couple nice plays.
Every day, just a little bit better for Bobby Crosby. He's not played shortstop once since Orlando Cabrera was acquired or signed, and he's played third and second. What a great play. Diving, leaving his feet to his left, and coming up with a great catch and robbing David Murphy.
Chris Davis steps in. Davis a home run in the 5th for the only run for the Rangers. Trevor Cahill has been terrific today. He's allowed 5 hits. Still has not walked anybody.
And at 95 pitches.
Now the Rangers have an interesting part of their line score. They have 5 hits, a homer, and 4 doubles. They have not had a single, but when they've had a runner on second, Cahill has tightened it up and not allowed them to score. Nice play by Giambi, and that will do it. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum. It's 9-1 A's. scoreless game until Jack Cust in the fourth. A grand slam. It's his fourth home run of the year. A's would score another run on this Jack Hanahan RBI double. So 5 runs in the fourth inning. But there was more. Fifth inning, Matt Holliday. 3-run homer. Holliday starting to heat up. Bobby Crosby an RBI double. So it was a 4-run fifth inning for the A's. And that is their run total so far for the Athletics. 1-5-1 for Texas. 9-11-0 for the Athletics. Chris Benson still on the mound for Texas as he faces Sweeney, Crosby, and Buck. So lots of offense from the A's, and that is nice to see. Before today's game, in the last 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the A's scored a total of 7 runs in those 3 games. But a different story today. Broken bat pop-up right at the shortstop. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Second baseman, number 7, Bobby Crosby.
Kurt Young with a couple of youngsters in his rotation. He does a lot of that this year, and that's a good thing.
Kevin Cameron warming up, so he is talking about the great job that he's done and took the rest of the day off.
Marlon Byrd going back, and he's not going to get this one either. And Bobby Crosby has a double as it bounces up and over the wall. So Bobby Crosby has a single and 2 doubles today, and those are nice looking swings by Crosby.
Well, great swing on a fastball, the base hit, but back-to-back doubles to right center, back-to-back doubles over Marlon Byrd in center, playing shallow, and the exact same spot. See where Marlon Byrd's playing and how far he has to go. Bobby put a charge in it and hit the warning track with the ground rule double. But we have always said that if an outfielder plays shallow, he's going to take away more hits and he's going to give up. And in the case, Marlon Byrd is he's robbed 1, they had 2 get over his head. Suzuki last night, Cruz had 1 get over his head.
Yeah. I still think in the long run you're probably correct. Playing shallow is probably the better option, but not necessarily the case in this series. So 2 outs now here in the 7th as Buck flies out. This was at the end of the 7th inning. When starting pitcher starts to get handshakes, that usually means he's done for the day. So a very, very strong performance, and he is definitely in a good spot for that first major league win. So 7 innings for Cahill. Cameron's loose, so it looks like he will get the 8th inning. Jack Hanahan a walk in the 3rd, RBI double in the 4th, strikeout swinging in the 5th. Benson stretching it out today out of the bullpen. Relief from Brandon McCarthy. He's at 57 pitches.
That's a good way to do it if you've been a starter, go on the disabled list and go down to the bullpen and be a long reliever.
Alessandris racing into foul territory, and he's called off in fair territory by David Murphy. Side retired. 8th inning coming up. 9-1 A's.
means family, that is. The University of Phoenix Friday Family Pack includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsis, and 4 bags of peanuts, all for just $50. Fireworks games, Angels series every Friday. Tomorrow night, that's the Toronto Blue Jays. All season long, just $50. Order tickets online at oaklandathletics.com or look in your Contra Costa Times, Oakland Tribune, and San Jose Mercury News newspapers for details. That's Fridays means family. University of Phoenix Friday Family Pack. Trying to hear how many pitches Trevor Cahill officially had thrown today. 97. No walks.
Awesome.
Great outing for Trevor.
Kevin Cameron is the new A's pitcher. 3rd appearance for the right-hander Cameron. He faces Saltalamacchia, Kinsler, and Andrus. It's a 9-1 A's lead. Cameron last pitched on Tuesday. Was against the Angels. A couple of innings in that game, and he pitched well. Saltalamacchia, a ground out and a fly out this afternoon. And now a foul ball off his foot. So he's 0 for 2 today and 0 for 5 in the series. It's kind of one of those days for the Rangers. It's been all A's thanks to a couple of big home runs. Custon Holiday. Saltalamacchia leads off the 8th with a base hit.
Number 5, Ian Kinsler.
So here's Kinsler. Kinsler had a couple of hits last night, but nothing today. 0 for 3. He has grounded out 3 times. Right at the knees, but called them all.
They like to make this a nice, smooth ending. No bumps in the road. Of course, the Rangers, we saw the pep talk by Josh Hamilton. As I always said, the great thing about the game of baseball is 27 outs, not time. And so you have to get the 27 outs, unless it's rain shortened. But you never see quit in anybody.
Well, I'm with you. I know you've said many times it's nice to finish a game clean.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a big lead, because obviously that's when sometimes things can get a little sloppy.
Well, your closer can take the day off, although Brad Ziegler needs some work because he just had 1 inning of work since being ill with the flu.
I always thought that was a manager's nightmare too, and you get a big lead and then things get a little sloppy at the end, and you have to get your closer up, even if you have to get him up to start throwing in the bullpen. That's the last thing they want to do, and you see it happen.
Yeah, because you have a big lead. Last thing you want to do is not win it.
Down the left field line, and that's fair. So Kinsler is going to have a double. Stopping at third is Saltalamacchia. Second and third, nobody out for the Rangers here in the 8th. Another double. That's 5 doubles by Texas this afternoon.
Number 1,
Kurt Young on the phone to the bullpen. Ron Romanek. This time it's going to be Andrew Bailey. Maybe. So when you're a reliever, you get somebody to get you water. You don't have to
I
get
would
your own.
think. Yeah. So it's like a ritual, which is not out of the question.
No, he's a rookie.
He doesn't have one yet.
He will very soon be able to have somebody get his own water, get his water for him.
The way he's throwing, you are correct.
But you look at that, it's taking probably a minute, but in 3 tosses, he'll say, I'm ready to go.
Bailey pitched last night, but threw just 14 pitches, or made just 14 pitches. There's an art to warming up. Alan Embry had it down. Remember we talked about it? Shallow right field. Let's see if Saltalamacchia tries anything. He's not going to. So that's the first out, and the runners stay at second and third. Andrus 0 for 4. Now Michael Young comes in. It's been a good afternoon for Young. A double in the first, a line out in the fourth, and a double in the sixth. So Young now with 12 doubles on the year. He's among the league leaders in that category. Slider drops in for a strike to Young. He took it. His average all the way up to 342. See who's leading the American League in hitting. It's Cabrera from the Tigers at 406. Victor Martinez from the Indians. He's second at 398. One and two the count to Young. Tough guy to strike out. Kurt Suzuki scrambles after it, and Saltalamacchia stays at third.
Kurt Suzuki saved another run, but going back to the second inning, Marlon Bird was at third. He's facing Chris Davis twice. Kurt Suzuki blocked balls in the dirt, and that was in a scoreless game. You see those early in the game, anytime, but especially early in a scoreless game. Never know how it might change the outcome. But Zook blocked 2 to keep Bird at third and ended up getting out of the inning.
Hanahan has it. Saltalamacchia stays at third, 2 outs.
A shallow fly ball and a ground ball by Michael Young to the only place in the infield with the exception of the pitcher who would keep the runner at third.
Hank Blaylock.
So Kevin Cameron has a chance to work his way out of a second and third and nobody out jam here in the 8th. Just a bit low to Hank Blaylock. Blaylock is 0 for 7 in the series. And now 2-0. Jam shot, and Crosby's going to take it himself, and Cameron, a very nice job. He works his way out of the jam. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 9-1 A's.
pitching for the
Well, welcome back to the Coliseum.
Number 18, Eddie
Like Kuiper,
Guardado.
Ray Fosse. The A's and the Rangers. Omar Vizquel takes over at second base for Texas. And a new
Leading
center
off for the
fielder is Greg
Athletics,
Golson.
Orlando Cabrera.
So Golson in center, Vizquel at second. So it's our first time seeing Omar Vizquel in a Ranger uniform. He did not play in the 2-game series down in Texas. He was not in the starting lineup yesterday. Eddie Guardado takes over, the veteran left-hander. He'll get an inning of work here. Not a good start for Guardado. 12 hits and 3 walks in 5 1/3 innings.
Last time we saw him in Arlington a week ago today, he was off the matter on 4 pitches and getting ejected after he was taken out.
That's right.
I wonder if he ever got his glove and cap back as he threw him in the stands.
He was not a happy camp. Eddie, now 38 years old, was born in Stockton.
Reminiscing a little bit yesterday before the game with Eddie.
Tough play, and Davis reaches out at the last minute and grabs it. So Orlando Cabrera is 0 for 5. What did Eddie have to say?
Well, he's talking about his major league debut, which is a starting pitcher for the Twins against the A's at the Metrodome. Born in Stockton, California. Of course, that was the big talk. Eddie, of course, grew up following the A's, but so he gave up a home run to Terry Steinbach, and he said, yeah, when we come back to Oakland, he did it again. And he said, Steiny, why don't you join the Twins? And he did.
That's right.
After the 97 season, Steiny hit a home run, and that was it. Signed with the Twins, went back home where he grew up in New Ulm, Minnesota, and was a teammate of Eddie Guardado, and Eddie confirmed what we all knew and still know, that Terry Steinbach, one of the greatest guys there is. Great player, but a tremendous person.
Well, Eddie Guardado was with the Twins for 11 years. And some good years. He saved over 40 games a couple of times. Went to Seattle for 3 years. 2.5 years, actually. Some time in Cincinnati. Chris Davis, another shot in foul territory. He hangs with this one and makes the catch. So 2 outs. A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Comcast HD, with more HD than anyone, period. Two outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The A's 3 outs away from their 10th win of the year. As Gregorio Petit will get his first at bat. Came in the game to play second base last half inning. Well, Blue Jays are coming to town, so a big weekend series. Come on out to the ballpark. If you don't, find a good spot. Watch the game on Comcast Sportsnet California tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. A's pregame live comes your way at 6:30. Into the glove of Greg Golson, side the retired. 9th inning coming up. The A's with a 9-1 lead. Ziegler coming in. By Cash Creek. Cash Creek Showers of Cash is giving away $500 every 20 minutes. Visit cashcreek.com for details. Brad Ziegler comes on. He'll try to wrap this baby up as quick as possible. 10th appearance for Ziegler. The ERA 1.59. First pitch. It's Greg Golson, his first at bat. Golson, a right-handed hitter, hitting in Marlon Byrd's spot. Golson, Cruz, and Murphy.
That's important for Brad Ziegler, who, again, on the plate a week ago today from Arlington, Texas, Seattle. Very sick, not able to pitch during the weekend series in Seattle. Missed a couple of save opportunities and did get one appearance against the Angels, and just trying to get the strength back up and pitching very well.
He strikes out Golson leading off the 9th inning. 1 out.
Number 17.
Little frisbee, the slider that he throws from down under and just kind of floats the inside part of the plate, and Golson watched it all the way.
Cruz is 0 for 3. It's a shot, and it gets past Cabrera into left center field. Ball was hit very hard. I wrote down a base hit, but it's going to be an error.
It's hard hit, but if you want a gold glove, a couple of gold gloves, it's playable. Side, and see it so often, glove comes up, ball stays down.
That ball's driven right center, and nobody's going to get it. It bounces off the wall. So David Murphy's going to have a double, and they're going to wave home Nelson Cruz, who scores. So that's the second run for the Rangers, and it's an RBI for David Murphy, his 6th of the year. So Cruz, who got on the air, ends up scoring.
You see the ball that Murphy hit goes down instead of staying belt high. Did not have much movement and ended up going to right center.
Chris Davis, the hitter. I mentioned that game tomorrow night. Josh Outman and Scott Richmond is the pitching matchup between the A's and the Jays. Scott Richmond is a right-hander. He's 4-0 with a 2.67 ERA. And the Blue Jays playing terrific baseball. That's going to be a base hit off the end of the bat by Davis. Murphy will stop at third. So the Rangers trying to make some noise here in the ninth.
Number 21, Jared Santalamacchia.
Well, Aaron Hill and the Blue Jays coming to town. Hill is up to a terrific start. 366 with 27 RBIs. Blue Jays scoring runs in bunches, and they have the best record in the American League coming into today. 20-10. Ground ball, center field. That's a base hit by Santalamacchia. Murphy comes in to score, and now it's 9-3.
And the Rangers are not wasting any time. First pitch hitting by Cruz, same by Murphy.
Number 13,
Santalamacchia. Only Davis saw 2 pitches. After a 4-pitch strikeout, Wilson to start the inning.
So a visit from the pitching coach as Omar Vizquel steps in. So Vizquel hitting here in the ninth. Came in the bottom of the 8th at second base. So Kinsler is out. First and second, 1 out. Just a couple of runs in, but you don't want Texas to to the big guys in their order. Inside to Vizquel, 1-1. Vizquel is 8 for 20 on the year. And he shoots under right field. Buck coming on. He dives. He can't get it. It rolls past him. 1 run scores. Vizquel the second. Saltamaki the third. And now it's 9-4. It'll be a double for Vizquel. That's 4 straight hits off Ziegler.
It's going to be the last one off Brad. He's going to the bullpen. Bob Guerin going to Andrew Bailey.
So pitching change, Bailey coming in. Ziegler. Far for the Rangers as they're trying to claw back in this game. 1 out. Brad Ziegler out. He gets just 1 out. And here's Elvis Andrus to face Bailey, whose first pitch is way high and inside.
Really had to be looking back to the last inning. Kevin Cameron got out of a second and third, nobody out, did not allow a run to score. Hate to think the Rangers would have scored a couple there and then have this type of an inning.
A 2-0 now to Andrus. Michael Young is the on-deck hitter. After Young, it would be Blaylock. Saltamaki at third, Vizquel at second. That pitch is high, 3-0. After the Golson strikeout, Cruz reached on an error and then a double, a single, and a double. Fastball right in there, first strike. Andrus is 0 for 4 in the ball game. He's 2 for 8 in the series. Pitch is right there, make it 3-2.
92 to 93. See what the 3-2 fastball is. It may even feature a little cutter right at the end.
Popped him up, center field. Sweeney shading his eyes, fighting it, and now he reaches down right at the last minute, makes the catch. And that's the second out here in the ninth.
Number 10.
A tough sun. Usually it's more left center, but Ryan Sweeney fighting it at right center. Using his gloves, sunglasses, anything he could to shade his eyes. I got it, I hope. Stayed with it, made a nice catch. That's a tough feeling.
He hung in there.
No, you have to fight all those elements.
Michael Young, right center, and this should do it. Sweeney's got it, and the side is retired, and that's the ball game. So Matt Holliday, a 3-run homer, Jack Cust, a grand slam, and the Rangers tried to make a little noise in the ninth, but they come up short. So the final score this afternoon on a beautiful day at the Coliseum.